Hey guys, in today's Making a Mask video, we're going to be making a Nightmareman mask. It's a mouthful. Alright, since the Nightmareman mask is accompanied by a hat, this will be a double feature, 2-in-1. We're also going to be making a hat. Okay, so this is another one of my Franken masks. And we're going to start with a black base on this first cast, and we're going to add pieces of 2 other casts to this mask to create a whole separate look. So we're adding the brow and nose pieces as well as the jaw pieces. And then we're going to start latexing the hood on. So we're going to use the latex fabric method over the hood. And we're just going to build that up. So fun fact, the brow piece is actually from my Raven Banshee design that you can see in shop. I used that same design for several masks. And the jaw is from my Pennywise mask, which I no longer have in shop, but I'll still use the piece. Now I'm going to use latex and cotton just to fill this gap in the mouth in between the 2 casts. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start the hat. I use hats for several of my designs, and I find that they are just a nice accompaniment with the mask. And so I use a straw hat base, and we're going to use contact cement and black fabric to fabricate the mask. So I let my contact cement dry on the base hat, the straw hat, and as well on the cut piece of fabric, very lightly. You don't need a lot of this stuff, and we'll just press it on the pieces individually and slowly building that up. Go along the edges with the contact cement as well, and we'll fold those in. And I want to make sure that we're getting, it thoroughly covered with the contact cement. You really don't want to overdo it. You don't need a lot of this stuff to get what needs to be done. And we're going to work on the inside of the hat as well, doing the same process of adding the fabric on with the contact cement. And I'm going to base the top of this hat out with some black. And we're going to take a needle and thread, and I'm going to sew up the edges. This isn't necessary, given the piece dries. It should be more than sturdy enough and hold. But I like to add the little extra to my piece, so I add the stitch work along the edge of the hat. We're going to throw a dry brush on that, and we'll seal it up with some Plasti Dip and put that aside. We're going to add our teeth back on our mask, and start with a white base over the brow and jaw pieces of the mask. And we'll add our black base paint on the hood of the mask. Now I'm going to add some detail paint. Get some nice drippage on the mouth and the eyes. And we're going to add the hair. And I'm going to do a dry brush on the hood, and we're going to seal it up with some Plasti Dip. And I'm going to add some finishing touches with the face, and I'm going to add some stitch work along the brow of the mask, and that'll take us to our final product.